Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to being a founding member of one of the great rock and roll bands, Foo Fighters, our next guest is also the director of a wonderful documentary entitled Sound City. The film is now playing in selected cities and at online soundcitymovie.com. Ladies and gentlemen, here's our good friend, Dave Grohl. Good to see you, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
My pleasure.
Now, you know, and if you don't know, I'll just go ahead and tell you that I have a lot of respect for you and your career and your music and your buddies who come on generously and play for us many, many times.
We love it here.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
And then I saw the Sound City film.
Yeah.
And you're not a film director, you're not a writer, you're not a producer, you're not an actor, you're a musician. Mm-hmm. And I saw the Sound City film and I just loved it.
Thank you.
I just was crazy for it. And
Thanks, Dave.
I had heard of Sound City,
Yeah.
but didn't really know much more than it was, I guess, a record company, not a company, but a studio.
Recording studio.
Yeah, and I was moved to Los Angeles in the like 1975, so I would have been right there when some of this activity was going on. Tell people everything they need to know about you, Sound City, and the music.
Well, Sound City was a recording studio in Van Nuys, California, in the Valley, and they opened in the late '60s, and it wasn't until the early '70s that bigger artists started recording there. Neil Young went there and did some after the Gold Rush, and Fleetwood Mac made their first record with Stevie and Lindsay there. It was actually where Stevie and Lindsay met Mick Fleetwood and joined Fleetwood Mac, and that sort of blew up the studio. Thank God, I know, right?
Tom Petty?
Tom Petty, and I went there in 1991 with Nirvana. We were just dirt bags, thank you. We booked into that studio because it was cheap. It was $600 a day, and they had sort of kind of passed their prime, their heyday. In '73, they were state of the art. It was, you know, brown shag carpet on the walls was cool. And then, you know, by 1991, that was not. So we walked in, and it was a dump. It looked like a burned out Chi-Chi's, you know. It was just kind of this really, it was a terrible place. But if you put the drums in this space, in this spot in the big room, and hit record, it sounded like Smells Like Teen Spirit, you know, which you would just get this huge sound. And so the 16 days that we were there changed my life forever, you know. So I stayed friends with the people that own the studio, and inevitably, about 2 years ago, they closed because bigger studios like that can't really compete with newer technology, the accessibility of digital recording stuff. You can make a record in your living room, you know, you can make a record at home, and you don't need those big places anymore. But I think those big places are like museums, you know, because generations of kids have changed. The world has changed from the music that was made in these places. To me, music history is just as important as the presidents and politics.
Well, I think you're right. One of the great things about the movie is there's many facets to this story, and the one is that the digital music makes a huge inroad into music culture, and then it kind of kicks the legs out from under Sound City, which was analog, and the big 2-inch tape and so on. I can remember, and probably everybody's got this story, when I got my first CD player, and you put the CD in, and everybody would come in to listen to it, and you say, see, you can't, it's so quiet, you can't really hear anything.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean it's better, does it?
Well, it's funny because in the movie we talk about technology. It has a lot to do with why Sound City isn't around anymore. But when I was a kid, I would have killed to have that accessibility or opportunity to make records. You know, now you can make a record in your living room, and then with a click of a button, you can send it out to the world. Does that mean there's a lot of great music coming out? That there's more great music? Not really, but it's available to you. So if you're passionate about what you do, what we talk about in the movie is the human element of music. Yeah. When two people get together,
making music with another
person, and it's the imperfection that gives you personality.
And how that dynamic is different when you're making it by yourself, because you're interacting with another living, breathing being.
Right.
But you also talk about how Mr. 9 Inch Nails, what's his name?
Trent Reznor.
Trent Reznor can use that technology as another tool, another instrument to make music the way it was made in Sound City.
He's a brilliant dude. I mean, he's a classically trained musician. He's an incredible player. But he also recognizes technology as an instrument that can do things that you can't do with other instruments. So he doesn't use it to make up for things he can't do, which I think is one of the things that's one of the things that's made music a little less exciting is you'll listen to a singer and it doesn't really sound like a human being. It's been flatlined by some auto-tune program, or a drummer that doesn't sound like a drummer because it's been gridded by a computer. It's like when you listen to my favorite drummers were insane. They would never get accepted into the Berklee School of Music because they played like they were on acid, you know. But that's what inspired me to play music, you know.
I wish I had words to articulate why everybody, music fans and others, should go see this film. It's got everything. It's a wonderful story. It's got great music, and we're going to hear some great music with you and others and Stevie Nicks when we come back.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Dave Grohl. Here we go. Our next guests are featured on the soundtrack of the wonderful new documentary Sound City. The album, which will be available next month, is entitled Sound City Real to Real. Please welcome with Stevie Nicks, the Sound City Players. Kids, let's go.
We don't talk much about it. It goes back so many years. All the times we almost didn't make it. We stayed clear. Dancing with the devil, call it respect. fix this.
Hi, everybody. Did I see you in the movie? Are you in the movie? Saw you in the movie. I see all you guys in the movie. Hello, Stevie. How are you? Nice to see you. Don't you love this film?
I love it.
Fantastic. And tremendous memories and tremendous contemporary music, and it's just a wonderful piece of work.
And he didn't tell you that the Buckingham Nicks album was the first one to be done.
Right
on
in
that
there,
board.
yeah. And it reminded me, we hear a little of Rhiannon, and I particularly fell in love with the long version. Remember the really long one?
17 minutes.
Oh, man, now we're talking. Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, music the way it's supposed to be. Dave Grohl, Stevie Nicks, the Sound City Players. Go see the movie. Good night, everybody.